Something about designing for the stage is about the performance, it's about the emotion, it's about the excitement, it's about the buzz of being there at a gig with people. It's a shared experience.
We started out designing in live performance, and over the years, we're 10 years old almost, or 9 actually, 10 years old next year. You know, our work has diversified, and this kind of diverse skill set often leads to new types of work that kind of sits at the intersection of traditional fields. So we're kind of exploring really, and you know, growing organically. Not really kind of a manifesto, but it's just, you know, searching for new types of work.
We're taking all that experience that we've gained on the stage and putting it into public art spaces and more recently into permanent artworks. We're getting much more excited about materials and material science and how things feel and look, because we want to build things which aren't just there for a temporary installation, but some things that are going to be there for years and years to come.
The power of something that you experience in real life is always going to be more than something that you see on a screen, you know, whether it's a cinema screen or a laptop. And in particular, it's when people come together that they're forced to look at each other in a different way and to respond to the work in its own way.
With Massive Attack, we got a very interesting brief to design a stage set which included a large video screen, but that video screen was not to have any video on it. It was all about real-time information, more like a data display board than a video screen. The idea was that this was something that was live and that really could change and evolve from one gig to the next. And it's great to see that still, you know, 10 years on from when we first met them, they're still in the studio writing new music, and they collaborate with other musicians themselves because music evolves and they understand that they need to evolve with it.
To me, being in a band sometimes you're defined by what you don't do as much as what you do. It was only until 2003 when I met up with Matt and Chris and I had a chance to realise some of the ideas that had been floating around in previous tours, where we started to use the LED technology to discuss and describe different things on stage, you know, which were sometimes in contrast to the music, sometimes complementary, but the idea to create a sort of like a world of ideas visually as well as musically, you know, and that to me was really important, and that very aspect of it keeps me very excited about music, because I think rather than just sitting in the studio making a record for anonymous ears potentially, you're thinking ahead to how you're going to play that music, how it's going to visualise, how it's going to work, you know, where you're going to do it, and what technology. That's what keeps me totally motivated.
Whenever we get a chance to make something big, we jump at it.
But there's an underlying theme of emotion and eliciting that emotional response from people, which is something that we understood from our first few projects we worked with Massive Attack, and we've just really tried to develop as every project we do. It's very important to us that it really means something and it creates some sort of response, an emotional response in people, and it's really important to do that in any work we do.
We always document people's reactions, and quite often we judge the success of a project in how much you change the way that someone feels.
We know we've succeeded when the hairs stand up on the back of your neck and you really are taken out of your body almost in a way somewhere else.